Gold standard pre, or is it a bystander? Hey, it's Bryon Lape back with reviews you can use, and today we have dropped the scoop to the floor. And if I remember, I might edit that. I don't know. I doubt it. So this is the gold standard. So this is Optimum Nutrition, who for a long time they were the best in category, and now they're, I would say, the absolute best consistent quality. Is where, because there are companies that do things better than they do in various categories, but that's the only thing, right? That's the company does, say, protein powders or does pre-workouts or whatever. But for all around brand that you can trust to always be really good and worth the money, it really is Optimum Nutrition. I don't know if there's anyone else that's close on that part, and especially their gold standard line, depending on what your products are. So, nice label that even an old man like me can read. Nice contrast. So you have some vitamin C and D, who cares, calcium, magnesium, sodium. You have micronized L-citrulline. You do have some creatine monohydrate in this, so keep that in mind. It's 5 grams, which is your standard dose. It's 5 grams or 6 grams of micronized L-citrulline. You have beta-alanine, 3.2. You have creatine nitrate as 1.2 grams. And then you have a 650 milligrams of electrolyte blend. So this is got sodium citrate, magnesium oxide, not magnesium chloride, magnesium oxide, MgO2, and potassium chloride, and then 300 milligrams of caffeine. I don't know. It has, there's a little symbol next to the caffeine, but I don't know where it's like a cross looking thing. I don't know where it says about it. Store in a cool, dry place. This was the strawberry mango daiquiri flavor, and the flavor was all right. It wasn't great. But strawberry daiquiri is not, and mango daiquiri is not exactly a favorite of mine, so that might be a slightly biased opinion. But it had decent dissolve. It is a big scoop for some of these. This is a 20 gram scoop, and there are 20 servings in here. So keep that in mind, because and this is not a doubled one. This is not where, hey, if you double it, you get the real thing, which some of the brands do. Intense energy, pumps, and performance. Again, the pumps for me. But I'm fairly vascular anyway, so maybe pumps really don't do anything. But so you have 3.2 grams of beta-alanine. There's no taurine or some people don't like that. So just think about that, what you like. But essentially everything is in the amounts you need and what they should be, the clinical amounts and things like that. And that might be where I'm getting the 6 grams from the citrulline. But overall, it's good for strength training. They say the sports performance, these things enhance, but with the caffeine and being a diuretic, I would not want to take one of these and go on a hike or, well, maybe a hike because you can sip water, but like, run a lot or sprint because you're going to be just peeing all the time. But at least, well, okay, I'm over 50, so this happens to me. If you're in your 30s, you probably won't notice for hours. But, overall, really good. I mean, this is not cheap, and I got it on sale. I think Walmart was trying to get rid of this flavor. I have seen other flavors at that Walmart since for this, but not this one, which is fine. I'll take a flavor no one wants because the flavor's part of the experience, but the ingredients is what you're really after. So that's why some people will mix some of this stuff all on their own and maybe flavor it, maybe not. They just chug it and then they go to the gym. But so this is one that's hard to say value-wise because I can't remember. I want to say this was around $40, but maybe I'm thinking wrong because that would be almost $22 per serving. So maybe it was only like 35. But what I liked about this is I didn't have to do a full scoop. I did about 2/3. I played around with it. About 2/3 of the scoop was good for me. which means I got a little bit more out of this as far as servings. And that means each time I'm not getting the full dosage, which is fine. You know, I am trying to gain some weight back from being a lazy bum for almost 3 years now. I cannot believe time has just flown by. And but this is definitely a recommend, and it's one of those, if you can find it in a 30, let's say 30 servings, in particular, if you don't need quite the whole thing, it can be a better value. But it is really good, right? This is pure. It tastes okay. It's, you know, it gets the job done. There's no frills. There's no extra stuff. There's no BS. And depending on what your needs are, because remember, this does have 5 grams of what am I thinking? Creatine monohydrate. I had those other 8s in my mind. Some people don't like that. I'm currently actually taking a hydrochloride creatine, so I wouldn't want to mix that in this. That's probably going to be too much creatine for someone like me. Now, if you're someone that needs, say, 8, maybe 10 grams a day of the monohydrate, this with a hydrochloride, which is a lower dosage for the same effectiveness, you know, you could mix and match. But that's all up on what your goals are and what your requirements are. But of the ingredients, you get the effective doses. You don't, it's not, none of this bull crap where it's a half dose unless you double, none of that nonsense. Overall, this is a very good brand and you can trust it. It's just not cheap, but it's also, I would say it's on the upper part of budgetary, right? There are more expensive pre-workouts that are more effective, but I don't think they're as much more effective as the cost. So it's all up to you. So but that's how Optimum Nutrition in particular, their gold standard line on anything, it's right there it's in that upper area. It's still budget. I would say it's still a a good budget value. I wouldn't say it's a budget brand. That's the wrong connotation, but it's a good budget value, but it's at the upper part of that budget cost. You go over that and you're pretty much, you know, especially in protein powders and stuff, you might, I don't know what you're paying for. Well, the microlides, I know what you're paying for, but something like a pre-workout, there's some of them that I've seen, they're like $3 a serving, but there are also a bunch of other stuff in there. It's like, so I have seen some that are coupled, like 2 or 3 supplements kind of mixed in one. And some of it I'm not so sure I want to take when I'm taking a pre-workout at the same time, right? Take pre-workout, do my workout, especially in the morning. If I work out at night, it's a little bit different. This one is a bit slower to escalate. This is about a 3 to 4 hour for me because the 300 milligrams of caffeine. So in the evening, I have to be mindful that in the morning it's not as big a problem. But some of these things will have other stuff in them that I would rather take, say, in the afternoon. If I'm working out in the morning, I take a pre, I do stuff, I eat breakfast, do all that, go through working through my day, and maybe mid-afternoon, take a break, and I'm doing amino acids or something like that. So I don't necessarily need all of that at once. So read the labels carefully, see if it has what you really need, see if it doesn't, if it has a bunch of stuff you don't want. I understand, typically when you have these things bundled, it's cheaper than buying them separately, but do you really want to take all at the same time? And I have in the past gone through some pre-workouts like that, and quite often those that have a lot of amino acids, I'll take about half of it, and then when I'm working out, I'm sipping on the rest of it. So it's just a different, it's a different choice, I guess, you can make based on that. So anyway, overall, this is a 9 out of 10 for me. It's a very good brand, highly recommended, and especially if you can get it on sale. And for that one dude, just for you, that man. But thanks for stopping by, and thanks for complaining on the videos. That's awesome too. And thanks for sharing, click a like, hit subscribe over here, hit the bell icon. So I'm trying to get more focused on these videos. I've been lax for way too long, and get back to the old schedule, 420 every single day, a new video. Thank you, and we will see you. Goodbye.